Oh, Phil, this is exciting.
It's exciting for me. I actually love this woman, and I can't believe that we got offered a chance to interview her on our podcast.
I feel exactly the same way, and let's not waste her time anymore. She's here.
Here she is. It's Ana Navarro, everybody.
Yay!
Yay! Hi. And ChaCha, beautiful ChaCha.
Let's spill the beans, chew the fat, food for thought, jokes on tap. Talking with our mouths full, having fun. A piece of cake and humble pie, serving up a slice of life. Leave the dressing on the side, it's naked lunch. Clothing optional.
Have you done the festival?
I think I did. I think I did once, but I'm due to do it again. When is it?
Miami, South Beach is February. It's always the last weekend in February, and New York is always like the second or third week of October.
I did it a couple years ago, and I think I was judging hamburgers.
Oh, I did that.
It's too much.
So I hate hamburgers. And Lee told me not to tell anybody that I hated hamburgers.
Yeah.
And then, so I never eat hamburgers. And then I was judging these hamburgers, and I kind of liked them. But I said okay, well, if I'm gonna do a hamburger, it has to be like totally pure,
Plain,
purist. I'm a purist.
Sure.
And then I wound up voting for like the silliest thing with truffle and all sorts of stuff.
Because you liked it?
Yeah, I liked it.
That's good. So you got turned on to something new. All right, who got a Monaco? I think that's us.
That was one of the two we were
Do
splitting.
you remember the name of yours? Viale di Parma.
Yep, they ended up having it. It wasn't out of stock.
Is that what you wanted?
I have no idea.
It's got prosciutto in it.
I know it's got a bunch of names.
But this is supposed to be the hot new place. Who got a Riccione?
Oh no, I didn't get one. I didn't.
Is that you?
I think Nicole. I think Nicole.
I just told
Nicole is
Anna
coming.
my
I think she wanted that.
Okay.
I believe so.
And then this one has no name. And then this one's the Cardinal. So you and
Those
I
are
are
two.
sharing this. Anna, look at you. You don't have to do that. That's very nice of you.
How many sandwiches do you all plan to eat?
Well, sometimes we save for later. David needs, dinner.
Where do you live, David?
Just up the Laurel Canyon, Mulholland area.
You should have said in that room right there.
Yes, exactly.
This was my son's old bedroom, and we turned it into the podcast studio.
How does your son feel about that?
He has a house. He's fine. I think when our parents take away our childhood bedrooms, it's like, wait a minute. I thought this was going to be turned into some kind of shrine to me. Yeah. No, we want to.
You were gonna lay in my bed and cry.
My daughter's bedroom is now my wife's Pilates room. She put a thing in there. You ever do Pilates?
God forbid these children have to ever move back. It's going to ruin your lifestyle.
Listen, the way things are going, we don't have to get right into the news, but who knows? Anna, I've loved you for years. I watch The View every day.
You do?
I watch The View every day. People don't know this about
You
me.
are the typical View
I know.
viewer.
I don't think I am, but
I don't think you
love watching the show. I think I just like smart people commenting on what's happening. And you are so great at what you do. You have the proper amount of righteous anger that's necessary.
Which is a big amount. I mean,
But it's the proper amount.
what I have, what I do have though?
It fits the time.
Well, I have like an unending reservoir
Of anger?
of anger. Because I think some people get tired.
Do you want to
of
lie
being-
down on a couch? Would that be
some
more
people
appropriate?
get tired of being angry, and I'm like, I am not going to be tired of. I'm not gonna get numb to it. I'm not going to get tired of being outraged. That's kind of like one of my biggest fears, that people are getting numb to
Me
the
too.
insanity
Me too.
and just like just
Sometimes
wake us up when it's over type of attitude.
That's right. But
Right.
we can't, because then we'll never wake up. And we need to wake up,
Right.
and we need to take action.
Well,
I saw you were with Bruce.
St. Bruce. I was, and it was.
Had you met him before?
I had not. I was, and I've loved him for decades, but it's also it's just such a recharging of batteries, right?
Yes.
And I mean, have you gone to his concert? This concert?
I didn't go to this one, but I've been to hundreds.
Well, the things he says, and he goes in. And I'm sure
I've
it's
seen
had
it all
a
online.
huge cost to him.
Yeah.
Because of I've read that the threats against him, against his life.
Yeah.
That he's now having to travel with all sorts of security. But I mean, he says the most poignant, powerful things and backs it up for maybe 3-4 times, different times during
Yes.
the concert. He puts up the pictures of Renee Good
Yep.
and Alex Preddy
Yep.
when he sings that song, Streets of Minneapolis.
Yep.
I mean, it's just, and so to feel that sense of community, you know, to be I went to see him at Madison Square Garden, to be amongst tens of thousands of people who all feel the same way about this country and all are singing along, and just, it felt good.
Gives
to
you
be
hope.
there. Yeah. Because a lot of people have chosen, are outraged and have chosen to be silent.
I think, I think he's one of those writers who has decided to make every word count from here on in. It's like, has there ever been a band at this stage of their lives that seems so timely? I mean,
He's 75 or 76
Yeah.
and completely relevant, which is
And it was
fantastic.
hilarious to me when I saw him. So I'm
Yeah.
meeting him for the first time. And, you know, Trump had just done a tweet against him where it was like this horrible picture of Bruce Springsteen. Trump was saying how old, and
Yeah,
I'm
they
looking at
doctored
him
it.
and I'm like, okay, wait.
Yeah.
Bruce Springsteen has all his hair, all his teeth,
In amazing
a
shape.
waistline, and an ass that doesn't require its own zip code, and is standing up
That's just
for
purely
3
based on
hours.
You're just basing that on the album cover, right?
I mean, he sang for 3+
That's right.
hours.
He's Superman.
I was sitting and I was tired,
Of course.
right? So
Do you,
yeah.
you know Jamie Lee Curtis? She says, "Bruce, can you do a matinee for your fans? All of us are of a certain age now. We can't keep up."
Right.
But he's so important, and he's so brave. But you are brave too. Have you had to get security too?
I've certainly had to make changes in my life. I have more cameras in my house than I did 10 years ago. Yeah.
That's
I've had targeted threats and targeted attacks. Do you guys remember? Do you remember that guy from Florida during Trump won? His name is Cesar Sayoc. He was that crazy guy who had that van all covered up with bumper stickers, who was sending explosives
Yes.
through the mail
Oh yeah. Okay.
to Trump opponents,
Okay.
like Hillary Clinton and George Soros. And so when that started happening, he sent it to people in CNN. When that started happening, my immediate reaction was to call the chief of police of my city.
Yeah.
And, the people in my house and say, do not open anything. That was like, I didn't even know anything. And that was my immediate reaction. They catch the guy.
Mhm.
So they now know who he is. And I start getting calls from reporters saying, hey, did you know this guy has been threatening you on Twitter?
Ugh.
Did you report it to Twitter? I said, listen, if I reported every threat I get, that's all I would do all day.
Yeah.
And then I got a knock on the door from law enforcement because he had a target list of 100 people. And, I was on it, as were many of my friends, and everybody was getting the knock on the door. And it's kind of became part of life to accept the fact that if you speak out, you can end up being threatened. You can end up being attacked, canned from your job, like Colbert, or, things can happen.
Why did ABC take Jimmy off for a time and not The View?
Profits?
Well, I think the Jimmy thing, if you remember, I think Jimmy's profitable. I think the Jimmy thing, if you remember, was after the Charlie Kirk assassination, where he made a joke that, frankly, I didn't even think was, I mean, you can argue whether it was a good joke, a bad joke, but it wasn't.
He was
it's
not
like
joking
he was
about the murder.
No, he was not joking about the murder. He wasn't asking for political violence. He
Right.
made a joke, and as a result of that, and I think it was a hypersensitive time
Yes.
after that Charlie Kirk murder. I think it shocked the conscience of all Americans, right, to see that happen live. And certainly the viewer is under a great deal of attack. Well, listen, viewers have the power of the purse, and I think you and also I think I think folks have learned after initially trying to kowtow to Trump or trying to be in his good graces, maybe think, okay, he'll go away. He doesn't go away. The bully never goes away. The bully takes your lunch money the first day. The second day he takes your lunch money and your sneakers. So
Because he knows he can.
And so I just think that there's been a realization that it's that you can't bend on free press and on having a conscience and allowing news to be news.
Well, I hate that the networks do pay him off, and then he keeps coming. Now he's coming for the sneakers.
Yeah,
because they did it the first time.
Yeah. Well, problem is he's coming for everybody's sneakers,
Yes.
right? Because the $1.8 billion slush fund, the now $1.5 billion for the ballroom, the reflecting pool, the UFC cage match, while there's no money for SNAP benefits or hungry children or healthcare or education, therein lies the problem, right? If we were like a super wealthy nation where everything was great and people had health care and children had education and nobody was going hungry and the monarch wanted to build himself a gold gilded palace, fine. But when people can't afford gas, I mean, every time I drive down the street here in LA and I see a gas station, I feel like I need to take some sort of like a baby aspirin and put it under my tongue. It is so shocking to see $6.99 for gas.
Yep. But you said if we were a super wealthy nation, we are. We're choosing not to have health care. There are countries way worse off than us.
Oh, yeah.
Who have total health care, total education through college, paid leave for maternity and paternity. This is how the people seem to be okay with this administration stealing our money.
I don't think they're okay with it anymore.
I don't think
so
either.
Look at his numbers.
Yes.
And look at Republicans in Congress finally standing up to him on a few things.
Very selective bravery all of a sudden.
Yes. But
because they're going to lose in November.
Right.
Because people are pissed.
What if he don't you think that he's going to try to steal it?
I do. We know he's going to try to steal it because we know they're trying to rig it through the redistricting. We know that's already happening.
Right.
Where it's not like if it's going to happen or will it. No, we know they're doing that effectively.
I
think there's going to be a huge backlash by the American people. I think that if you try to take away somebody's right to vote and you start doing all sorts of gerrymandering and shenanigans to try to win, I think people are going to come out of nooks and crannies to vote. So much of what you do is food driven. Are you not just worried about that, the food supply? And I don't know that people know enough about how it's affecting the fertilizer, the farmers, how the Iran war is related to our food supply or lack thereof.
We have food insecurity in the country, even before this. There are people who live in places that they call food deserts, where they don't even have a supermarket. So they can have I was with Jose Andres yesterday, who was talking about this on stage. They can have the food stamps, they can have snaps, but they have no place to use them. So now they have to spend money to get in the car to go to a place that has a supermarket where they can buy the food. It's not helping. Everything is backwards.
Right.
We're living in the upside down now. And when I say people seem to be okay with it, I mean they're not taken to the streets and demanding that this change. And I know people are looking at this or hearing this and thinking, oh, this is going to be all politics, this show. I think when you talk and the things that I talk about sometimes, it's not politics. It's just being a human being, wanting others.
Well, I am very worried about what's happening with the farmers.
Yeah.
Right. All the bankruptcies of the farms, the people not being able to secure fertilizer for their crop, which means there's going to be less crop yields.
Human beings need to eat.
Which means our food is going to be even more expensive.
Yes.
That's a problem.
And it's not safe either because we have maniacs running that.
Yeah. How was Jose Andres?
He's the greatest guy in the world.
He's the greatest guy in the world.
He's a superhero.
He is. And my God, do I love his food. I mean, I cannot stop eating that man's food.
He has a new cookbook.
I know. Spain My Way. He is on The View on Friday, and I'm doing a book event with him in Miami.
Great.
On June 4th. And I hope that book event. So did you do a book event with him?
No, I just went to support him.
Okay, well, does his book event involve food and wine?
I think tonight there's a thing.
Okay, because if he can't, I told him you can't come empty-handed to do a book about Spanish food.
He was on Kimmel last night. He cooked with Kimmel on the.
That's my favorite cuisine.
Spanish.
I think so, and Greek. Anything Mediterranean where they have and you?
Everything. I don't know if you've seen my show, but
I have
like
Feeding
everything.
Phil.
Yeah.
And you? Do you have a favorite cuisine?
He likes this sandwich.
Yeah, anything Phil provides for free. I love anything Asian.
Really?
At all, having gone to Japan recently, I've fallen in love with that.
I love Japan so much. Have you been?
I've never been, and people keep talking about Japan lately.
Every chef will tell you Japan's their favorite. It's a food paradise. Everything they
Have you been to Peru?
Not yet. I'm dying to go.
Come on.
I haven't been to Nicaragua either.
Well, they don't let me in these days.
Oh.
The dictator there doesn't like me either.
Oh.
Dictators don't like me.
Are you afraid if you leave the country that you won't be allowed back in?
No, I leave the country all the time.
You do?
I mean, I'm a U.S. citizen.
Yeah. Yeah, but
if they try to take my citizenship away, we're going to end up in the Supreme Court, and I think it would be more of a pain in the ass than what it's worth to get rid of me. I mean, when he tried to get rid of Kimmel's numbers shot all the way up. It's like the best thing that could have happened.
What do you think about Texas?
I'm blown away by what happened in Texas because I know John Cornyn. In my former life, I was a lobbyist. Mm-hmm. And John Cornyn has been in the Senate forever. He's got all sorts of seniority. This guy was almost Senate leader. And he's not an anti-Trumper. In fact, he's bent himself into pretzel shapes to try to please Trump lately. He didn't vote against Trump in the impeachment. He made like one little lame comment or something about how in 2023 of how he didn't think Trump would be the best candidate to win for Republicans. So it was something rather harmless.
Yeah.
And for that, Trump came after him, endorsed a criminal. I mean, this man's ethical challenges.
That's insulting to criminals.
He doesn't have ethical baggage. He's got steamer trunks.
Right.
Steamer trunks of ethical baggage. He got impeached by a Republican state legislature.
But doesn't that seem
Texas.
To make him more attractive to Trump? Doesn't it seem like that's what he goes for?
I guess so. Well, you know what he goes for is 100% loyalty.
Right.
Blind loyalty that does not question anything he does or says.
Yeah.
And so Texas, I mean, it's just, but it's cutting off your face to your nose to spite your face, right? Because now you're putting Texas at play. Mm-hmm. I don't know that I think Democrats win because I feel like there's been these great Democratic hopes in Texas and it always gets dashed, right? Beto, there's and that, and Tallarico, he was on The View.
Yeah.
Very nice guy.
Yeah.
But goddamn, he's young. I mean, I felt like I could burp him on my shoulder, right? I wanted to pick him up and, very earnest, very eloquent, nice guy. And, but he would have been beaten by Cornyn without so much as a bat of an eyelash. Now, Texas, which is hugely expensive, is in play for Republicans, and they're going to have to spend money there that they wouldn't have because Donald Trump had a tantrum against a long-standing senator with a ton of authority and seniority in the Senate.
Yep.
That was really not an anti-Trumper.
Most edibles get me way too silly, and I'm not a big fan of that feeling, but Lumi gummies always make me feel just right.
Consistent, mellow, and super delicious, Lumi gummies are specifically designed to make you feel good, not stoned, David. Whether you're looking for an end-of-day de-stressor, a midday mood boost, or help getting the best sleep ever, Lumi gummies have a strain that's right for you. They also come in 1 milligram or 5 milligram gummies so you can get the exact dose you're looking for.
Phil, what do you love about a good gummy?
A good gummy, I got to be honest, helps me sleep. And that's the indica strain, which they have. They have 3 different kinds of strains, right? They have indica, which makes you sleepy, sativa, which is a little peppy, and hybrid, which is somewhere in between.
It gets better gas mileage, I believe.
The hybrids, yeah.
Yes. I have to say, I am new to the gummy game. I've only ever tried now thanks to Lumi, and I'm enjoying, and I feel de-stressed. I feel not distressed, de-stressed.
De-stressed.
Yes.
And you've been happier lately.
Yes, there's a certain smile on my face. I'm a happy customer.
Wow. David Wild for Lumi Gummies.
Oh, what about you, Phil? You've got a longer gummy game.
It's true, but me personally, it works so well that I might be tempted now to try the other strains. But the indica, once in a while, I need one to help me sleep, a 5 milligram, and it really does work. I like their flavors too. They come in plum berry runts, granddaddy sour OG. That seems like the right one for me. And cotton candy kush.
And I'm being new to the game. I'm a hybrid guy, and sour strawberry cookies is not only my favorite, gummy of all. I also like the name. And if I have a rock band, Phil, if we form a band, can we call it Sour Strawberry Cookies?
Why not?
Excellent.
Well, it should be Granddaddy Sour OG. That's my rapper name.
Yes.
People, Lumi gummies are available nationwide. We want you to go to lumigummies.com. That's LUMI gummies.com and use the code Naked Lunch for 30% off your order. Again, that's lumigummies.com, code Naked Lunch. Lumigummies.com, code what, David?
Naked Lunch.
Here we go.
Can I ask you my pet theory on how things have gotten this bad and how the Republican Party has been able to abandon decency as openly as they have comes down to a guy you worked for, who my brother-in-law worked very closely with, John McCain. And I always think, like, if John McCain had not gone when he gone, there'd at least be one voice out there. I don't know, someone who people might listen to, because like John Cornyn, like you said, I think he's probably a very reasonable man from everything I hear, but even he hasn't stood up in any,
John Cornyn completely changed his position on the filibuster. For example, he'd been a long-standing defender of the filibuster, and I miss John McCain's voice so much. I think about him all the time. I think about how he'd feel like seeing his old friend, his sidekick, Lindsey Graham, and the way Lindsey's morphed into this unrecognizable blob. And when you look at it, I really do think that in America, we need checks and balances. I just don't think our founding fathers envisioned that there would be 2 branches of government that did not check and balance the third branch of government. And by that, I mean the courts and the and Congress. And I think that the check and balance needs to be provided by the voters. If you want accountability and oversight, you can't have these Republicans running the place, because if they stand up to Trump, he'll come after them in a primary and they'll lose. And so I think it's tragic when there's no standing up to authority in either party, right? I mean, I think that's just not healthy.
Well, it looks like it's up to us. Right?
What do you think of these sandwiches?
Love. What do you think?
I love prosciutto and I love fig jam.
Nice. Mamie,
I feel like there's way too much green stuff here. that is interfering with my prosciutto.
You can throw it away.
And my there's way too much going in between me and the prosciutto.
Who put the salad in here?
Yeah,
You live in Miami.
I do. And I work in New York
And you schlep up to New York twice a week?
every week. Mm-hmm.
And do you stay on the days that you're...
Yeah, I stay. I go up on Sundays and come back on Thursdays to Miami. I love Miami.
It's beautiful.
Do you like Miami?
I love it. And the food scene there is great.
It has changed so much.
Yes.
Do you like Miami?
I grew up going to Miami Beach like constantly. So yes, I still love it. I was there recently.
It's not your father's Miami Beach anymore. It's not like your father's Oldsmobile. It's not your...
No, that was the Sinatra hanging out in Florida.
The Art Deco hotels.
Yes.
And yeah, the food scene has changed dramatically, right? It's so diverse.
Yeah.
And now that all the rich people are deciding to move to Miami, all the fancy restaurants are deciding to move to Miami, right? So all of the Californians who don't want to pay taxes have moved to Miami. All the New Yorkers who don't want to pay taxes have moved to Miami.
Yeah.
And so all the restaurants they like are moving to Miami.
But what makes the food scene truly great are all the immigrants that live in Miami, just as they've made every great city in America better by bringing their cultures and the cuisines with them.
What did you have a restaurant here that's incredibly successful. I hear that people make 2-hour, 3-hour lines to go eat your food.
It's a diner.
What do you have? What's on the menu?
Basic American diner food. Bacon, eggs, pancakes, waffles, sandwiches, milkshakes, chocolate cake.
Oh, chocolate cake.
Hot chocolate. You have to come. All right, how long are you here?
I'm not making a 3-hour line.
Well, you know a guy.
But the immigration raids that were here last year,
Yes.
what effect did it have on the restaurant industry?
I think for some people it was devastating because they would come in and raid and steal people away. I don't even know what happened to those people. They didn't hit ours. I think it was mainly downtown. But it seems to have quieted down, although I hear it's still going on. There's no attention on it here because they like move on and make bigger bangs elsewhere, right?
Well, I kind of feel like they realized after Minneapolis, when you had Greg Bovino walking through the streets of Minneapolis dressed like a Nazi, and Nazi haute couture.
Yeah.
Of course, like custom made because he's like
He's this big.
yeah, he's like the size of this table.
Yeah.
But it was terrible, when American citizens got shot in the streets of America. Alex Preddy, Nicole, Renee Good. I think people, Republicans realized what a liability was going to be in the elections, and they have made an effort to get ICE out of the headlines, at least through the election. My fear is that after the midterms, Steve Miller's going to come back with a vengeance. And we're going to see all of these things happen again. The cruelty is still going on, right? There's 4,000 children in detention. There's people who've lived here for decades being deported. Some of them to places like Sudan and Eswatini, and places where they have absolutely no ties. Like Cubans are huge Trump supporters. Well, now turns out that there's even Cubans who've been untouchable by the U.S. government for most of my life here. Even the Cubans are getting deported, and because Cuba won't take them, they're ending up in Mexico or Eswatini or Africa, war-torn countries in Africa. And so these things are still happening, and I worry about it tremendously.
Yes.
Politicians we're all shaped by our life experiences. Like if I ask you guys the things that have shaped you, the most significant moments of your life that have shaped you, what would you say?
I guess that's my parents were Holocaust survivors and came here when we didn't have much.
Yeah, that's
And
a big one.
So that shapes a person. And
Where
the
are your
fact that they
parents-
were
Where were your parents from?
Germany. And so their values, education, art, culture, kindness, that's what shaped me the most.
Right. And survival spirit.
That's right.
Yeah.
It wasn't always easy. It's not easy being the child of survivors because that's a whole mental thing
Trauma,
too.
yeah.
But they were phenomenal parents.
How about you?
I think in terms of what I do as writing, I think it was all it all turned on a dime because a guy who was about to win the Pulitzer Prize the next year came to Cornell where I was studying and became the only professor. He's teaching writing, and he basically gave me 6 months to teach me everything I know as a writer, and it worked. And he wrote Ironweed came out the next year, and then he won the Pulitzer, William Kennedy. So that's professionally.
Right.
Everything else is personal, but I think that's where everything turned for me.
It's a big deal.
And yours was leaving Nicaragua, right?
Yeah. There was a civil war.
Yeah.
When I was, started when I was probably about 6 years old. The Sandinistas, or the left-wing dictators, came in, changed the right-wing dictator for a left-wing dictator, and my family had to flee. So I was 8 when I came here. And so went through the exile experience, because it's different to be forced to leave than to, like, oh, you know what, I'm going to relocate to Spain. No, it's very different when you're fleeing for your life and your freedom. And then living here as an immigrant and becoming an American. And I think that's part of the reason why, for me, the idea of defending American values and American democracy is so precious and such a responsibility and duty, because I've seen the other side, right? I don't take democracy for granted, because I've seen dictatorship. I've seen civil war, and I know that democracy is frail and that defending democracy is not a passive act. And so, and I also know what America means around the world. You know, I've been to so many places, as have you, I'm sure. I have been to so many places where when they talk about America, there's a twinkle in the eye, and they just see America as this beacon of freedom. And the American brand, I feel right now, is diminished. And we have to fight to keep that American brand going.
But they don't blame us.
No.
Meaning the people. They get the same alerts on their phone that we do. When I'm overseas, my phone dings. Look what he did now. Their phone dings. Look what he did now. Because the president of the United States affects the world.
But when you're overseas, don't you, and you get like into a taxi, or you get into a car, and people know that you're American, don't you often get asked what the hell is going on in the United States?
No, because they know. That's my point. They know what's going on. They're more freaked out than we are, even, because a lot of the countries, they're closer to Russia.
Right.
They need America to be strong just to protect them from, Russia. They're scared. They depend on daddy. That's how they always saw us. I swear, when I get into these conversations with people overseas, they're rooting for us to come back. They treat us as if we've been the victims of a hostile takeover.
Yeah.
You don't find that?
Have you been to Ukraine?
No, not yet. I would actually love to go.
You've never been. So
no.
you never.
No. Have you?
No, but I feel through the guy who wrote our theme song for our podcast, Brad Paisley. He went and spent a lot of time there, and it was, and actually another someone who worked with McCain. I produced a Ukraine telethon event with Nicole Wallace.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I've never been, and I would love to go. I don't think that's going to be anytime soon.
Did you
I'd
go?
love to go?
I haven't. Jose Andres has been there. Jose
goes
Andres in his
everywhere.
World Central Kitchen.
He goes wherever there's trouble. That's why he's a superhero.
Yeah. He's actually a superhero.
Yeah.
Have you seen him on the front of the
Spider-Man
magazine,
Yeah.
the Marvel magazine,
Yeah, I
where he's
got it
now a Marvel
yesterday.
character?
I love it.
He's incredibly proud of that.
I know. He gave me his Spider-Man comic. Amazing. I couldn't love him more. He's the greatest guy.
Can you cook or do you just eat?
I'm a terrible cook. I inherited this talent from my parents, but I am a supporter of the arts. So I'm happy to spend my money on people who can really do it.
So you have a restaurant,
I do.
but you're not.
I'm not cooking.
You're not. Are you coming up with a concept? What are you?
Yes. Nancy Silverton is a friend of mine for almost 30 years, and she lives in the neighborhood too. So when I had the idea for this diner, I was inspired by a great diner in Maine. I said, I'd love to have a great diner in my neighborhood. I think, diners are disappearing from America. And then you lose the center of your community in many ways. And what happens then? You lose the community, and then maybe you lose the country. So I tell people I'm going to fix everything with my diner.
Well, yeah, because I mean, I feel like Instacart and Grubhub have done so much to take away that sense of community because people don't have regular spots anymore because they're ordering and eating.
Well, that was COVID. That was COVID.
Yeah,
that
you're
was
right.
by necessity.
You know what? You're so right. I hadn't put that
couldn't
together.
go out. But now, let's get it back.
So did you get the idea for the menu from the different diners that you've been through?
Of course.
And are there like some of the staples,
Yeah.
like the Jewish staples in there? Like
there's a couple of Jewish things just because I named it after my parents, Max and Helen. By the way, they wouldn't have been caught dead with hot sauce in their kitchen. The only condiment we had was salt. So this is the name of the hot sauce.
That hot sauce is fluorescent.
Look at the name.
Not for me, hot sauce.
Yes.
And is this a picture of them?
Yes.
Max and Helen,
Yes.
not for me, with their hands open.
But it's very good.
What chili is in here?
Fresno.
Oh my God, because it is fluorescent.
But if you taste it, it's not that hot.
I'm a lame excuse for Latina.
You don't like hot sauce?
I mean,
Not even like a mild one like that?
I'm 6% Ashkenazi Jewish, so I probably got it from your parents.
Wow.
No, I do eat hot sauce, but like
6%.
6%.
How does that work?
I come from a long line
That's a
of
great.
wandering sluts.
That's
We have our quote.
That's the name of our band when we tour.
Wandering
Long
Sluts.
line of wandering sluts.
Yes.
I mean, I have like
That's the box set.
32 or 33 different things in my lineage. Skip Gates did the Finding Your Roots thing. Has he done it on you?
No, I'd love to do it.
Okay, we got to tell him. And I'm, descendant of a freed African slave from Costa Rica whose child passed as white and moved to Nicaragua. So nobody in my family knew about this because he'd passed as white and left behind his African slave father in Costa Rica, moved to Nicaragua. There's all sorts of things: Lebanese, Italian, Spanish, Ashkenazi, Jewish.
That's what makes you great. Having all that
The
stuff
Jewish,
in you.
the Jewish part.
Everything.
Okay, but I'm always
100% Eastern European Jewish guy. It's boring.
100%.
100%. I did the
You did?
the test.
Oh my
I'm so
God! You mean
boring.
your people only slept with your people?
Yeah, maybe
If that. They're not even they.
Yeah, when you say
do it.
sleep with.
Yeah, exactly. At least
I don't think
once.
anyone had fun.
And you?
I am.
100%.
Yeah. Well, no, my dad's dad. We believe, who we never knew. Research has shown he was British, so we have some.
Oh.
We got some non-Eastern European action in there somewhere.
Oh my God! When your level of diversity is British,
Well,
the bar is so low. I could my dog could walk over it.
Wow.
so speaking of beautiful diversity, I just spent the weekend and actually Memorial Day working on a show with one of the biggest stars in the world. Karol G was honored and performed, and she was amazing.
What were you doing?
I'm the writer of it was the American Music Awards, but I also
Oh yes, and Maluma was there too.
I was just gonna say Maluma, like two superstars, and I guess
Do you know who these people are?
I've heard of them.
You don't know who Karol G is?
I've heard of her.
These are the two most beautiful Colombians in the world.
Really?
And they are talented beyond
and they're playing
words.
stadiums everywhere in the world. And I've done the Grammys for 25 years, and we were told Bad Bunny couldn't perform because of the Super Bowl.
Right.
So we put him in the front, and we sent Trevor Noah out to talk and engage and sing to him, because the truth is, these are the biggest artists in the world
That
right
Super
now.
Bowl was my favorite ever. That halftime show.
Well, that was
I
the
thought
question.
that
What do
Bad
you
Bunny show
think
was
about, like, I think, because Bad Bunny, by the way, like, they were trying to, like, tarnish him and trying to,
It was so stupid.
and look, like, I think
great. But look
it
what they
elevated
offered on
him.
the other channel. Wasn't that fantastic?
Exactly.
I saw I met the head of the NFL the other day. What's his name? Roger something or other. Goodell?
That sounds right. I don't
Okay.
know sports.
You don't do sports?
I like when the stakes are high. I watched the Knicks. I thought that was exciting.
Okay, well, I don't do sports either, but I did recognize him, and I went up to him and to thank him for the Bad Bunny
Great.
Super Bowl halftime. And he had been at the Bruce Springsteen concert the same night I had been the night before.
You were
And
both praying with St. Bruce?
Yes, we were both partying with St. Bruce, and he said that Bruce Springsteen told him that was the most nervous he'd ever been before a show, was that Super Bowl halftime.
course.
Because
Yeah.
you get 12 minutes
That's right.
to wow the world.
Yes.
Right. And the reason that I thought about that was because Bad Bunny had to deliver the show of his life
Yep.
in 12 minutes
Yep.
with all of this nonsense political noise going on around him in a way that there hasn't been, right? When Shakira and J-Lo did their
Yep.
thing in the
Yes.
Super Bowl, people weren't saying, "Oh, they're not American. Why isn't it an American halftime show?" I mean, by the way, that's such ignorance.
Right.
Puerto Rico is America. There wasn't the backlash. There wasn't an alternative programming with Kid Rock or whatever, Dumb Rock. So he had to do that, and then here we are questioning Bad Bunny's talent. In the meantime, he is on a worldwide tour, selling out the largest stadiums in the world. Right now, he's in the European leg. He's selling out in Spain, London, France, going to the Netherlands, he's been everywhere.
Undeniable.
And I love him for representing.
He did such a beautiful job. The production was so beautiful. How about the way that people I read that you can only have 10 truckloads of set and decoration because that's all the time they have. They've timed it down to how many trucks. So, but wait, we want all these palms everywhere. We want all these palm trees and things. So they made them as costumes, and the people came out wearing them. That's how they got extra truckloads of stuff onto the field. Isn't that great?
And I'm friends with Mark Anthony, the singer,
Yes.
who is Puerto Rican and loves Bad Bunny. He did the closing show with Bad Bunny in Puerto Rico when Bad Bunny did his Puerto Rican residency. And Mark made a comment to me that I guess he was seeing it from an artist's viewpoint that I hadn't caught at the moment. And he said, most artists who play the Super Bowl, it's about them. They're swinging from chandeliers. They're getting up on poles. They're flying over the stadium. They have all these costume changes. They're feathers, this, that. For Bad Bunny, it was about the culture. It was all about the cultural moment.
Yes.
and paying respect to the culture, to the people who came before him. Like Ricky Martin. I can't believe Ricky Martin is like a fucking
Exactly.
elder now. He's my age.
I was hoping you'd say Julio Iglesias,
I mean, no.
who I go back and have worked with a lot. It'll be, but it's like,
Okay, but how long ago did you work for Julio Iglesias? Like, I don't think he's been seen in public like in 2 decades.
Now it's, you know what? He's ordered me to have a child, and we both had a child the same day, not with the same women.
Which child was it? Because I feel like he's
no.
got a few.
No, I have 2, and I would say, this is 30 years ago, but I did get to see one of the big Latin superstars, in the world, and get to enjoy hanging out with him.
So was the child Enrique Iglesias? No, Enrique's older than that.
No, much younger child than that.
So with the blonde, with the European, Miranda something or other. Right.
Yes, I was working with him on a tango project, a documentary, and I said, I have to go home now, Julio, because we were at Magic Mountain. It was the day that Mike Tyson bit, his opponent.
Right.
I can start today. And my wife said, we're trying to have a baby.
Who was it that he bit? I remember he bit the
Holyfield.
earlobe. Evander Holyfield.
Bit the top of his ear off.
Yeah.
But in the middle,
He should talk to Trump about how to regrow an ear.
He did it beautifully, didn't he?
But in the middle of that fight, my wife called and said, "You got to come home," because we just started to try to have a kid. And I had to tell Julio, "I have to go." And he goes, "Why would you go? We are enjoying each other." And I said, "Well, because my wife wants to have a kid." And she said to get the hell home. And he goes, "You go home and make a tango baby, and I shall go home and make a tango baby too." And we both he sent flowers goes, "Congratulations to our tango babies."
Wow.
So tell me more about Maluma and Karol G.
Well, it's awesome because it's like we just saw it right here. Until you see a superstar, you don't realize they're a superstar. And the problem is we're so segregated politically, musically these days that you've not seen Karol G. But I promise you, go on Paramount Plus and watch it. Watch her. She's amazing. She made it snow in Vegas, for one thing. Usually you have to be in the Sphere.
There's a great Netflix documentary about her life.
Okay.
And I mean, she's just so perseverant. And her work ethic is amazing. And then she's just talented. She's sheer talented. Huge heart, too. She does a lot of good stuff in Colombia, raises money, and has an organization that helps women. There it's called Con Cora, which means con corazón, heart. I think they have the way that they have internationalized Latin music and Latin culture, Bad Bunny, Maluma, Karol G, Becky G. I mean, it's just crazy talent.
And it seems like musicians are responding better to the craziness of the world. Like, I think somehow Bad Bunny, what he was conveying in the Super Bowl, at the Grammys, and just he's conveying a positive message and something that actually...
Not just positive, he was teaching.
Yes.
Also.
Well, I'm going to tell you a Bad Bunny story. So Bad Bunny endorsed Biden in 2020. And that, and I don't think he was very happy that much didn't seem to have changed in Puerto Rico. He just wasn't happy with stuff. So in this campaign in 2024, Kamala Harris and her team were seeking his endorsement, and they worked and worked and worked on it. And he kept saying, "No, I endorsed in 2020. I'm not happy. I'm not getting involved. I'm not getting involved." And they kept working at it, including one of my best friends who was part of her team. And Bad Bunny came back and his team with a list of things they wanted. And, I've worked on campaigns where you try to get celebrity endorsers and they'll tell you, I want to go to a state dinner. I want to be invited to the U.S. Embassy in Madrid for 4th of July. I want a private tour of the White House during Christmas. Bad Bunny had a list like this. And it was all about things affecting Puerto Rico. The Jones Act, the electric grid, equality on entitlements and benefits. I mean, real things that would have made a huge difference in the life of everyday Puerto Ricans. That's what he was asking for. He was asking for specific things for his island. And unless and until Kamala agreed to that, she read them over, she did it, she came out with a Puerto Rican agenda, an agenda for Puerto Rico. A lot of it based on conversations with Bad Bunny's team about these very substantial issues. And it just so happened that it was the day after that rally of Trump's in Madison Square Garden, where he had that comedian
Tony Heathcliff,
who called Puerto Rico a floating island of trash. So people thought Bad Bunny's endorsement came the next day for Kamala. People thought that it was a reaction, a backlash to that joke. It had actually been in the works for months. And it just so happened that it fell on that day. Kamala refers to it as a wink from God. And that's what Bad Bunny is. He continuously stands up for and represents, speaks up for his people. Yeah.
Many concerts to generate income for...
he generated hundreds of millions of dollars. And he made the statement of, I am not going to play in the United States because I don't want my, Trump hates me, and I don't want my concerts to be used as bait to then go trap and harass immigrants. Ugh. He should have done what the FIFA guy did. The soccer guy
build him a statue or
given him a peace prize.
Right.
He should gave him the Bad Bunny Peace Prize. International Peace Prize.
A little bunny.
Yeah, a little bunny. Yeah.
It's horrifying that this guy's the worst person this country's produced in 100 years.
And he's president.
2 times.
Yeah.
So what makes you optimistic?
You guys being in places like this, listening to Bruce Springsteen. I'm doing a lot more things to find balance these days, right? Because I think
you don't want to just be angry.
Yeah, you don't want to just be angry, and you don't want to be consumed by the angst that I think the news can produce. So there's things that force you to be present. Like I've never been a Broadway person, and all of a sudden I find myself going to all sorts of Broadway plays.
Yeah.
And it's because it's 2 hours where you can't be doom scrolling. You can't, you really are,
and you can be
enraptured there
yes.
for 2 hours. So I'm reading. Actually, not reading because I've gone blind practically. And I don't like wearing glasses, but I'm listening, and I love listening.
It's great.
Do you listen or do you read?
I have started to listen more, and
I
love it. With a great reader, it only elevates the experience.
And you go on a walk.
Yes.
So, yeah.
And it also, you don't have to be schlepping these big books and leaving them on planes and hotels and things like that.
I learned from my mother-in-law, one of the greatest things. I love hardcovers. I like big hardcovers, but she taught me to tear off the section as you read it. The book gets smaller as your journey goes on, and you leave it behind.
Really?
That's what I do for a long trip. I
could
love
never
it.
do that.
I don't think I could do that either. That sounds horrible to me.
Maybe I have a lot of rage. It helps with the pages.
Well, so I'm doing those type of things. What brings you guys balance?
Travel. The more you travel, the more you see that most people in the world are sweet and nice and great. Most people.
So, in addition to Peru, what else is on your bucket list?
Greece. Never been.
What is wrong with you? How could you have a show about eating and not been to Greece or Peru?
100% right.
I mean, I'm
going to try to correct that this season.
When are you going? Hurry up.
Probably in the fall.
To Greece?
Yeah.
I'm going. The View ends July 23rd. I'm on a plane July 23rd. Yeah, I love.
If I do an episode in Greece, will you meet me there for a scene?
Yes. Tell me when, where, and how.
I'd have.
You would have settled for a yes, and you got a fuck yes.
I like a fuck yes.
Can we go on a yacht? It could be a sailboat.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing like going from island to island in Greece. No, but
that's exactly how I want to do it.
Okay, but you got to go like early fall because the water starts getting colder.
Right.
But I love Greece because I think it's the most beautiful water in the world, and there is nothing in that water that can eat you or take a chunk off of you. So there's no, great white sharks. There's no pissed off orcas. There's no giant squids. There's, none of those things that are scary.
Yeah.
Are in that water. Like the Caribbean is beautiful, right?
Of course.
Beautiful and warm and all of that.
Yeah.
But there's a ton of sharks. Yeah. There's a lot of places that are beautiful, but the water might be too cold or it's full of things.
That's right.
I mean, these pissed off orcas have got me. I've decided that
too many videos.
It's another good band name. The Pissed Off Orcas.
The long wandering sluts and the pissed off orcas.
They're touring together.
Who's opening for who?
Phil, you're opening for the.
If I were ever to come back as an animal, I want to come back as a pissed off orca. Yeah. The ones that are like sinking boats
that
off of Gibraltar.
The boats. I love that.
Yeah.
Yes, they're like
enough already.
This is our. Yeah. What would you come back as?
Probably a slightly younger Jewish man.
No, I'm saying an animal.
Oh, I'd come back as my dog Murray. He's part Great Pyrenees, part psychopath. We couldn't have him meet your dog because he's so unpredictable.
No, my dog is a sweetheart.
Yes,
my dog
he
today.
would probably get along with. He likes little dogs.
My dog this morning. We went to KTLA and my dog met Laura Pausini. Do you know who that is?
Yes.
Yes.
She's extraordinary. So, what animal would you come back as?
Well, now that he said his dog, I have a little Cavapoo. I'll show you a picture. It looks
just
almost exactly
bigger, right?
Just a little bigger.
Yeah.
I love that dog. My first dog. My wife never wanted a dog. 31 years in, she goes, "Let's get a dog." So
does he need a girlfriend?
My wife?
No, the
oh yes, yes. My dog needs friends.
Does she want a boyfriend?
Yes, for sure.
Her pronouns are bitch and princess.
Nice.
Aren't our else?
I love meeting you.
Thank you. I love
You're the
meeting you.
greatest.
And what a beautiful home you have. It's got so
Thanks.
much character.
Thanks.
Like,
That's my wife. She's the character.
How often do you do this podcast?
Once a week about.
But for instance, when he's in town, now we're doing one tomorrow. A very, very similar show. We're doing the stars of Airplane. Julie Haggerty and Robert Hayes are coming.
Remember
we're
that
talking
movie?
Airplane.
Yes, Airplane 1 or 2?
Yes.
Well, I watched both while in Vegas doing that show, and that is one of the greatest fall-offs between 1 and 2. One is
No, there's much greater fall.
Jaws 1 and 2.
No,
Godfather
Grease.
3.
Grease no,
2.
Godfather 3 shouldn't even be included in
That's
the,
right.
in
The
the
same-
conversation.
Agree.
But Grease 2, Grease 1 versus Grease 2.
Do you know who the same guy did Airplane 2 and Grease 2 back to back?
Who is this
Well, he
person?
I don't think he ever worked again. He literally was like handed over the keys to 2, moving cars and crashed them both a little bit.
You have a favorite movie?
Well, Grease 1 is right up there for me. I
love-
think I know
I love
every
Grease.
single.
It's fantastic.
I also love
You ever go to a sing-along?
of
You know,
Grease.
they show it in the movies and they have the subtitles and the whole audience sings.
Not in Miami.
At the Hollywood Bowl, they do.
Yeah, invite me to one in the Hollywood Bowl. I don't think we
They
do
also
that
do
in
it with
Miami.
Sound of Music. They do it.
I love The Sound of Music. I love
Yes.
Grease more.
Yes.
I also love tearjerkers. So I love Steel Magnolias,
Yes.
Terms of Endearment,
Terms of Endearment is so great.
and some of the classic like Christmas movies.
It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah, It's a Wonderful Life. How about you?
That's up there. I love Jaws. I love The Godfather. I love Mary Poppins. That was the first
Yeah.
movie I loved.
He's still very in touch with his Mary Poppins.
So many. I have these movie nights every Sunday.
Uh-huh.
Here we have a thing downstairs. You can come if you're here.
You have a theater in your house?
Yeah,
That's such a LA thing. That's such a Hollywood thing.
it's pretty great.
You're like the third person I know here who has a theater in their house.
Yeah,
I
that's
have
why
a
we're here.
wine. I have wine in my house.
I understand. We all like what we like, but we move here because we want to be in that business. So it fits. That's why you're meeting people who live here who have theaters, because that's why they're here.
And do you get to watch like new stuff
Yes.
before it comes out?
Day it comes out, or sometimes before. If the studio, you make friends with the studio, you have
Uh-huh.
to write to them to get permission. And as a professional courtesy, because you're in the business, they'll send you the movie.
Oh, that's too cool.
Too cool.
What have you watched that is?
I've talked
I
about
watched
this a
on
lot, but-
Sunday.
Yeah.
I watched and my friend. I have a friend named John Davis, who's a TV and movie producer, and has a theater in his house. And we watched Michael.
Oh, how is it?
You know what? It was. I'd heard a lot of criticism about the
Yes.
movie because I guess it doesn't include the controversial.
Yeah, I
some
don't
of the
even
more
care about that.
controversial
It does-
parts.
Yeah.
But it was 2 hours of nostalgia for
Right.
me of the music. It's played by Michael. The character of Michael
Jafar.
is played by his
Jermaine's son.
nephew, who
Yep.
does a wonderful job. And I knew every song, so I also know all the horrible shit. I don't need to go relive it in a movie. I'm not gonna forget about it. I'm not gonna get over it.
It's
but
amazing
I
how-
kind of liked enjoying the music.
But we compartmentalize, right?
Yeah.
And we forgive certain things. You forgive because you want to, but
Yeah,
like I can't watch Bill Cosby ever again
Right.
because it seems so tied into
But
the
like
whole.
even the old stuff, even the old Bill Cosby stuff.
he was my favorite.
But like, so yeah, like you
He
wouldn't
was my
watch an
favorite.
old Fat Albert.
Nope,
You wouldn't watch the Huxtables.
it bothers me. No, it bothers me. I'm watching. I've tried. I watch it, and that's all I can think about.
Really?
Yeah, I can't. That one I can't separate.
I actually don't think.
But
I've
if a Michael
seen it.
Jackson song comes on, I have to be honest. The production and everything about the song and his performance and everything, or him dancing, I'm like,
Now I
you
feel
put
that
aside
way
the horrible
about Diddy.
for him.
I want nothing to do with Diddy ever again. Like I don't.
Oh,
want
I've worked with Diddy, and trust me, you want less than you think you want to do with Diddy.
Really, what'd you do with him?
Oh well,
All the
And
terrible
how much
things.
baby oil did it?
All the-
Did it
I will tell you a story that I literally was not at a freak off. I was there that morning after of what must have been
You came into clean.
Yes, no. Well, I was with
In
Will.
a hazmat?
It was
Wolf who?
Will Forte and
Oh
I.
my God, I thought you were going to say Wolf Blitzer. I almost fell off my chair.
I wish Wolf had been there. No, Will Forte and I were brought in to save him from the worst monologue in VMA host history, which he wouldn't let any normal writer. He only would have his little entourage write something. He rehearsed it the night before. It was the worst monologue I've ever heard. I grabbed Will Forte from Saturday Night Live, who's a great guy. We wrote a better version in 15 minutes that would have been not great, but at least something. We were then told to go meet Diddy at 9 a.m. at his mansion across the bridge in Miami Beach. We got there.
Star Island.
Yes, and we were told, wait outside. They put 2 hard chairs outside, and we were supposed to be there at 8. He didn't welcome us in till 10, where we sat at breakfast with him, except we wouldn't have breakfast. He sat and had breakfast, and we were told, just don't speak to him until we finish. And then he went to a room and he said, I won't even read whatever shit you guys have. I'm sticking with my guys. And we got up and left. But yeah, he's a classic.
And so he did not fix the monologue.
No, he went on and he did it. And all I can tell you is, quite literally, as we were leaving the show, I think the next morning, Katrina hit Miami before it made its way
to New Orleans.
Yes, so
I remember this.
I was in the middle of that, and the hurricane didn't hit as hard and bomb as hard as Diddy did. He was just terrible.
Do you think he gets accepted back into polite society?
No,
not polite
because
society.
He's about to walk out at any moment. Right?
Oh, in that case, I'm going to cut all this. Yeah.
He'll come after you.
we need guests.
Do you work with Jack Sussman?
Yes, very good friend. I
He
remember
is
him.
so
Yes.
talented.
I love Jack. We did the Grammys. He did
Yeah.
the Grammys with us. at
He's
CBS
working on the Tonys now.
Yes, we're Tony's right now. I spoke to him like a week or two ago, but what a great guy.
Yeah, he is a great guy. It takes a lot of work to put those shows on.
He does it. He produces the Grammys and writes them.
No.
He's
part of
the
a
guy.
very big team. But thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you guys for
Would you like anything to go?
God, no! I want to get rid of all this
You should
green
eat all that
stuff.
salad. Yeah.
No, I'm. This place was very bread heavy too, because the dessert is. So the dessert is also bread with other things, right?
Yes, I think so. Would you like that?
No,
How about your people? How about the dog? Can we give the dog something?
no, please don't give her Nutella.
How long are you here for?
I'm leaving tonight.
Oh.
I came in for a wedding, and then, shit, we didn't even talk about the podcast.
Well, I did talk
Let's talk about
how we can put that in where we discussed, because I told I listened to 2 of the ones that are, like Karen Bass was a great job. It was fair, but
I was impressed she sat with me because I have been very critical of her. In fact, I was critical of her even before she was mayor. I was critical of her. There was a moment when Joe Biden was considering her for vice president. There was a list of people that he was supposedly considering, and it included Karen Bass. And I was very vocal with Biden and his people and in the press saying you cannot name, a woman who went to Cuba as a, I mean, she had like a Cuba baggage, which I thought would be incredibly hurtful in Miami. Not that it would have mattered, but he would have lost Miami anyways. But the point is that I've been very critical of Karen Bass, so I was very impressed that, knowing that I'm not a big fan, she went on my podcast. So you know why the podcast is called Bleep?
no, please tell me.
I know this is gonna shock you, but I cuss, and so I'm not allowed to cuss on The View because it's 11 a.m. network TV. So they use the bleep button on me a lot, and on Whoopi too some. So what I started doing was cussing in Spanish, thinking that if I slipped in a coño here or a carajo there, they wouldn't recognize it. But now they do. They realize what I'm doing. And so if I say anything in Spanish, like if I say queso, they'll bleep it because they don't know. They want to be sure.
It sounds suspect, yeah.
So the idea behind the podcast was that I could speak freely and at length and do deeper dives and have, wide-ranging conversations about issues that are of interest to me. More. I'm like I only interview people that I'm interested in, and if anybody else is interested in them and wants to listen, great. But things where I have questions, where I'm watching something, where I'm looking at a race, where I want to highlight some other stuff going on in immigration, I refuse to let it get out of the headlines and people forget.
Right.
So all of those conversations. So will you come on it?
Anytime.
I'm not gonna feed you green.
Even
I'm
better.
gonna get
Even
you
better.
Peruvian food.
I want it. I love
Like-
Peruvian food. My favorite rotisserie chicken is pollo a la brasa.
They make crazy good rotisserie chicken.
Unbelievable how good.
They're known for the ceviche.
And then
but they
the
make-
green sauce. What's it
Yeah,
called?
ají panca.
Wow.
But they make great. Have you ever had a roasted guinea pig?
Not yet.
Okay, because that's a thing.
You like it?
No. No,
It looks like a rat.
it does. It's a rodent.
I know.
No.
But people eat rabbits. I've eaten rabbit.
I don't like that either. I don't want to eat anything that was in Bambi. No, nothing that's the
Good
size
rule of thumb.
You've
No.
never had venison?
Yes, I have.
So
But
you
I'd
ate
like
Bambi.
to shut up. I like to think they were bigger and that they're not the cottontail ones.
Bambi's dad.
Oh, shut up, Phil. I hate Bambi's dad. I'm having issues with octopus after some of those movies.
I know. But here's what you have to remember. If
What?
they were so smart, why are they on the plate?
Well, you know what? You've got a point. Because you know what nobody eats? Orcas. Or
And
dolphins.
It all goes back to orcas in the show.
No, I'm coming back as an orca.
I think some people do eat dolphin.
That's horrible.
I think somewhere in the world they do. And if you go to like Antarctica, which I haven't been yet, they're eating seal. They are eating whale. Yeah, you eat what you got.
Well,
That's why people eat guinea pigs, because there's a bunch.
I
And
also think they're very
It's
crispy.
probably good. It
You'll
probably
ta-
tastes good.
Okay, when you go to Peru, let me know.
Yeah. I've been to Guatemala. I've been to Brazil. I've been to Chile.
Argentina?
Yeah.
I went to Argentina.
Buenos Aires. Yeah.
Colombia?
Not yet.
Venezuela?
Not yet.
Uruguay, Paraguay?
No, it's a big world.
I'm feeling like you've led a
Somebody's-
sheltered life.
I have. I'm a tourist. I'm not an expert. I'm a tourist, but I'm a curious tourist, and I want
How
to.
many regions of Spain have you been in?
Not enough.
Go
I
ahead.
just did San Sebastian. That was
Okay.
fantastic.
The most Michelin star restaurants per
per
capita,
capita.
in the world.
It's incredible, and I love the way of life
Yeah.
of just strolling down the old streets and
Well, you have
let's
to
go and
stroll after you eat 13
Yes.
plates at lunch.
pinchos.
Right. You have
Oh.
to. You have to stroll.
And then at 10 o'clock dinner. And then after dinner, the chefs have their own clubs where they go and cook for each other.
Yeah.
It's one of the greatest nights of my life.
Well, that's what like being friends with Jose Andres is like. He often he'll invite me over to his house in Washington, outside of Washington, and he'll just disappear, and all of a sudden he comes back from like from the basement. He's got lettuces growing there. He'll come back with these hydroponic, beautiful, and he'll just start doing things, and it's that man can make the best food out of the most simple ingredients, simple but quality ingredients. So
Last night on Kimmel, they made omelets, and he cracks the eggs and whisks them, puts them in the pan, and he opens a bag of potato chips and starts
putting
them
and that's
in.
how he does that
and then
tortilla
slices
española.
chorizo, puts it in, and the little piquillo peppers,
Yeah.
puts them in. Done. In the time it took me to tell you that, it's done.
Yeah.
And it's phenomenal.
They do a lot with potato chips there. Like
Yeah.
he takes a can of mussels and he pours it into like a bag of potato chips and that's like dinner.
Snack. Yeah.
It's delicious.
I'll
Try
bet.
it. The
Mussels?
but it's gotta be.
Good
That's
ones.
the thing. Like in Spain, canned seafood,
Oh, yeah.
canned
I get it. I
vegetables
get it
are
all
an
the time.
art form.
Yeah.
I mean, they are the best of the stuff is what
Yeah.
gets canned.
My favorite tuna comes from
Here, our canned vegetables and our canned stuff is not our best stuff.
They're just starting to do it because of it's so popular now. And sardines are like the healthiest thing apparently you can eat.
I don't like them. They're too oily, too fishy, too.
You don't eat your greens, Anna, and you don't eat your sardines.
No, not green. Yeah, obviously, I'm an unhealthy eater. I just ate the fig jam and the prosciutto.
You know what you like.
I eat like a 13-year-old.
That's all right.
Thank you for having me.
You're doing great.
Thank you.
We love you. Thank you.
Naked Lunch is a podcast by Phil Rosenthal and David Wild. Theme song and music by Brad Paisley. Produced by Will Sterling and Ryan Tillotson. With video editing by Daniel Ferreira. And motion graphics by Ali Ahmed. Executive produced by Phil Rosenthal, David Wild, and our consulting journalist is Pamela Chellan.
If you enjoyed the show, share it with a friend. But if you can't take my word for it, take Phil's.
And don't forget to leave a good rating and review. We like 5 stars, you know.
Thanks for listening to Naked Lunch, a Lucky Bastards production.